Hey folks, it's Tom and Freegal Prepper. I've been busy. I've been reloading ammo. I've reloaded about 800 rounds of 380 for training. I've got 400 rounds of 5.56 loaded in magazines and ready to go for training. I got a lot of training classes coming up. I really find the more I train, the more I like training. The more I learn, the better I get, and practice and training is fun. It's really a blast, and you just get to do things you can't normally do at the range. Number one, and you get to really learn about how to fight with the gun, right? And there's just things you don't think of, and so there's practicing and hoping that you get better and training to get better. But what I want to do is train to learn and then practice that training till I can't get it wrong. So that's a long path, right? But I mean, things like being able to draw my gun and put, 5 shots dead in the center of a target at 21 feet, that I have now. I got that down, with my Glock. With this gun, it's a whole different story. This is the Ruger LCP Max or LCP Max. With the factory magazine holds 10 rounds. The other magazines you can get that are a little bit bigger, they hold 10 rounds. So even 10 rounds in a gun this size is pretty impressive. And I like the gun. I like the feel of it. It has quite a bit more felt recoil than the Glock 42, but it's manageable. You can shoot it. The problem I'm having is it shoots low, and I thought it was just me at first, and it's not just me. Today I sandbagged it. I got it like dead on, against a sandbag rest and put those sights on, squeeze that trigger back, and 20 feet, it drops 10 to 12 inches. So, not good. And so I got online, I'm looking, and it's like, anybody else having this problem? Well, there is a slew of people saying their guns shoot low. In fact, there's so many people saying they shoot low, I think they all shoot low. I think it's just the people that it doesn't shoot low for probably just don't know how to shoot anyway. You always have that one guy who's come on like, mine don't just mine, and the guy that makes the comment like, well, you don't need to be accurate at the distances that gun was made for anyway. You always need to place your shots as accurately as possible. Always. that will anyway. But so if you look at this, so I'm holding it level to the camera right there. Right, this sight is higher than this sight. This sight actually has a little part on the slide that goes up, and then the sight mounts on it. It's high. That front sight is too high, and if I hold that front sight till it's above the rear sights, then I can hit pretty decently with it. But again, different distances, you have to know how to adjust that sight picture. So you want your sights to be dead on. What they've done is they put this night sight, this Tragicon night sight or whatever on the front of it, and they never put a new rear sight. This probably sits up higher than whatever original sight they had planned for these guns, and it's just, that's the way it is. People have sent them back to Ruger. Ruger sends them back. They replace slides and stuff on them, but they're still off. They still are off. And so it's a darn shame that they didn't do that right, and they're not standing behind it. So what I did, what seems to be the agreed upon solution that a few people I saw have tried, is they remove this front sight and they order a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard stock front sight. and they put that on there, and it hits dead on, because that front sight from the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard is a lower profile sight. So I ordered one today. It was $4 plus some shipping. I'm going to try that. It sucks not to get night sights on my gun that I bought with night sight, but as long as I can shoot it accurately, I don't really care about the night sight. I got to be able to see and put bullets where I'm aiming the gun. So something to be aware of about the LCP Max. It's a shame that Ruger's doing that, and they're like, well, we don't have any problems. What are you talking about? Yeah, they screwed the pooch on that one. So I bought a new gun today. It's not a Ruger. This is the Glock 45. It's a number 45, not a caliber 45. This is in a 9x19. I was looking at maybe a Glock 26 and some other Glock numbers like a 17 or a 19, and they didn't have any of those 19s in stock except for the police model. And then they're like, well, how about the Glock 45? I'm like, no, I need a 9mm. And they just kind of looked at me like, it is a 9mm. I thought you said it was a 45. I'm like, no, it's a number model 45. I don't know about the Glock numbers, alright? Just tell me about the gun. So this basically has a 17 size grip and magazine on it with a 19 shorter slide is the basic thing behind this gun. It has a very nice trigger. It holds 17 round magazine. I'll verify it isn't loaded. It's not. But this has a really nice trigger. It comes back there and it stops and you just squeeze it through. And there is the reset on it. Show it this way. And squeeze it through. Reset. Squeeze it through. So that's really nice. I think it has a better trigger than my Glock 42, honestly. But I got this as an outside the waistband open carry gun. This is going with my battle loadout, right? With my plate carriers and my belt and all that. This is a battle loadout. And I am building this AR-9 for that reason. And this AR-9 will take a Glock magazine. This is a 21 rounder. Yes, it holds 30 rounders. I can't show 30 rounders on YouTube. So this, if I want to monetize my video, I can't show a 30 round magazine. So that is this is a 21 round magazine, and but it'll also fit the 17 round magazine. So that's nice. This is a Tennessee Arms lower with a AR parts kit in it. It has to have a 308 buffer spring and a heavier buffer. I think it's an 8-ounce buffer because of the way it cycles or whatever. I don't know. That's what they said to use. And I'll be putting a Palmetto State Armory upper on it. But you can use the bigger magazines. This 21 and the Glock, it'll fit in there and lock and work. It just doesn't fit flush, and that's okay. Right? That's okay if it don't fit flush. So the goal would be maybe to carry 2 of these in my battle loadout, and then carry 30 rounders, right? And then I can use those in my handgun if I have to, or I can use them in the rifle, or if I'm using with a pistol caliber carabine, if I'm using that and I don't need my handgun and I'm running low, I can always take the 2 bags for the pistol and run those in my carabine. So that's the idea behind that. So this gun is starting its life out as a pistol, of course, with a little cheek pad, right? It's not meant to be shouldered. It doesn't have a stabilizing arm brace. Yeah, you might be able to shoulder that, but it's not going to be pretty. You'd be better off just to put it up here to your cheek like so, and look down the sights, right? And then if this polymer lower holds together okay and doesn't break, which there's not a lot of complaints about them breaking, then I'll go ahead and SBR it and get the tax stamp and have it engraved. But if it then breaks, and it has a lifetime warranty, they'll replace it, but you then have to get another tax stamp on it and wait and go through all the paperwork and send that one out and have it engraved, and it's a nightmare. So I really hope that this will hold together. But yeah, that's what's going on. There's been a whole lot of reloading going on down here in the basement. I am tired of reloading. 800 rounds on a single stage press is a lot. And I've been using Accurate #2 for my reloading powder. I've been using these 95 grain Berry's bullets. A lot of times I do load my hollow points for training, but I just went with these because they're cheaper and they're the same grade and weight as my hollow points, so that'll work. And fun times. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. You know, keep buying stuff and stocking and prepping, and don't buy anything firearm related if they're shipping it by UPS. And don't buy too much because they're trying to pass that terrorist act thing where you're going to be a terrorist if you buy more than 50 rounds of ammo or something. I don't know. The government is trying anything they can to keep us from being able to protect ourselves, but I don't really care. I will keep on fighting as long as I can fight. It's Tommy Frugal Prepper. Everybody, be happy. Enjoy life. Be frugal. Save your money. Pay your bills. Don't have credit card debt. And be in as good of a position as you can be for when life throws you an unexpected curveball. I'll talk to y'all later.